Now we know that the behavior or the function of a pet owner differs from that of a mother or a sister-in-law or a golfer or a brother. And as such, the behavior or function of a noun or a pronoun has four functions that differ. A subject does the action in a sentence. A direct object receives the action. So subjects do the action, direct objects receive the action. Indirect objects indirectly receive the action. And the object of a preposition, well, a preposition shows a position. And the object of the preposition ends the prepositional phrase. More on that later when we actually talk about prepositions. I've written a sentence that uses all four of the functions of a noun or a pronoun. Not all sentences use all of the functions of a noun or pronoun, but this one does. Pat gave Jasmine the pliers in the kitchen. First of all, I would be looking for the verb, which is gave. Now I can ask my questions. Who does that action? Who gave? Well, Pat did. Pat is a noun that functions as a subject. Who received that action? Who or what received the action? What did Pat give? Well, he gave the pliers. So pliers is a noun that's functioning as a direct object. Pat gave the pliers. Indirectly, who received that action? It was Jasmine. Pat gave the pliers to Jasmine. So Jasmine is another noun that functions as an indirect object because indirectly Jasmine received the pliers. But Pat didn't pick up Jasmine and move her. Pat moved the pliers. The object of the preposition, a preposition is a part of speech that shows a position, like in, on, above, into, around. It's a position word most of the time. So the position in this one is in. We have a preposition which starts a prepositional phrase that ends with the object of the preposition. So we have another noun here. Kitchen is a place. But kitchen finishes off this prepositional phrase. It ends it. So it is the object of a prep. More on that when we talk about prepositions and prepositional phrases. I've changed this sentence out a bit. I substituted he, the pronoun he, for Pat. So I could show you that these functions work with both nouns and pronouns. He gave Jasmine the pliers in the kitchen. In this case, he is the pronoun functioning as a subject because he's the one that gave. He is the one who did the action. Not all sentences have all of the functions in the same sentence. Usually, most often, you'll have a subject of a sentence, but there's even an exception to that rule, which I'll discuss at a later time. But the four functions could be like the four functions of Jim, being a husband, a father, a golfer, and an employee. He acts differently in those different situations, and in these four different situations, the noun or the pronoun acts differently.